Day86 now. We've got the fire extinguisher that went off out of there, which was a bit of a pain. That tank that was there, it's got dry powder in, and then that one's got like a cooling agent. So when it goes off, these nozzles blow the dry powder on the where the fire could be, and then them nozzles there blow the cooling agent on the hot parts of the engine to cool it down, to stop it getting any worse. So the guy's just going to blow the pipe work out now to clean it out so that there's nothing still left in it, so it doesn't settle in the pipes and get damp and set like custard over winter or whatever. Hopefully it won't go off again unless it's needed. This little canister is all that sets it off. It's like a canister of nitrogen, so an electric turns it on and blows all the powder out and down all the lines. Is that the powder?
That's just a powder. That's just a residue of the powder in the lines, yeah.
This is the guy showing me one set off, just that was out of date. So that's what the chipper did the other day, but two of them went off at the same time. Pretty good then, aren't they?
Yeah.
When it went off on this the other day, I could see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
I think we found what set the fire extinguisher off on the chipper. This exhaust clamp's rusted away, so it meant that the exhaust was blowing onto the cable that detects the heat. So the advantage of being on the urban fringe is I can go to the truck place up the road and hopefully get one. Doesn't look very big, but that's a fairly big branch that's just fell off the tree. And it's quite lucky really, because my car was parked there before, but it's got a glass roof, so it's obviously the rain made the dead branch heavy and pulled it down. £44 lighter. Nice stainless steel one, so it shouldn't rust like the crappy non-stainless steel one that they put on at the manufacturers. You know, that machine here would have been 350,000, 400,000 quid, and they use a bit of rubbish like that for holding the exhaust together instead of a stainless steel one. Anyway, that's the same as on a Leyland DAF truck now, so it should be better. So this is where the clamps rusted away, and then it's blown hot air onto this red wire and caused the fire suppressant system to automatically go off. Now, it's fired stuff out of these nozzles, like I say. Well, it's £2,500 to have it reset, and well, it's basically ridiculous, because all it actually does is protects the bit of the engine that already gets hot anyway, the turbo and the exhaust system, and maybe a bit of wiring and stuff. So they've basically got halfway through doing it and then told me that this little tiny box around here there is also knackered, and that's £800. So if I spend another £800, put that on, and it goes wrong again, I've just wasted the money. I've already wasted the money because it went off for not really any reason anyway. So what we've done now is we've decided to use it as a manual system, where if anything goes wrong we can press this button. But the problem with that is if it decides to go on fire overnight when no one's near it, then it won't put itself out. But you can get these things that I've not got one to show you because it's on the combine and I've ordered them, but they're basically like footballs, and you bolt them inside and cable tie them to all sorts of things within the engine, and then if it gets hot it explodes as a dry powder fire extinguisher and puts it out. Well 5 of them is £250, and if one of them goes off on its own it's like 50 quid rather than £2,500. So we've got all the cylinders filled up for a big fire, but anything that Matt wants to do on its own, it's going to have these fireballs, because I'm not spending £2,500 on false alarms. It's just ludicrous. I can understand it if you're in the middle of a forest and you park the machine up at night and you come back the next morning and half of Scotland's been wiped out, but for me, I'm not doing that. We've had 16 mil of rain today now, so we've been using Adam's tanker to keep sucking the block drain out. So I think he's done it 3 times already today, and it's filling right up again now. But if it gets too full, it goes into the weighbridge over there and damages all the electric. So we really do need to get this other drain finished across the field. Now, I've heard about lots of parties going on at night and people breaking the lockdown rules. Well, you know, I'm afraid to say that, you know, a friend of my daughter's and of a lot of children, that someone that they look up to has actually been breaking the rules, and I've recently found some evidence of this. So you know, I think it's only right that you should all know. But you know, Barbie has clearly been out having a good time at night. Stay home, stay safe. Richard thought it was a good idea to Dropped the revs on the chipper while there was something going through it that was quite heavy because he saw a piece of metal, but all it did was stall it. So now we've got to put a chain around the rotor and pull it backwards because it's jammed up solid with wet chip. Great. Has anyone seen a flamethrower before? Available now on eBay.
What about 1,500 quid though?
Are they? Yeah. It's used for, what's it fogging? Fogging a grain bin?
Grain stores, fogging grain stores, eh?
Paul's got the qualification for it, apparently.
There you go.
Can't wait to see that going.